Man, it's been a long time to stand up here and have a smile. So I'm super proud of our guys. Just being down 14 points in the fourth quarter, being able to battle back, obviously getting some key stops at really critical times was huge for us, and then to be able to convert some of those long drives into points. Wasn't real happy with the way the fourth quarter, the 2-minute situation ended, but our guys bailed me out, so I appreciate that from them. And Dallas is a damn good football team. I got a lot of respect for not only a lot of the players, but a lot of the coaches over there. Obviously, you guys know that I've worked with a couple of those guys before, and guys like DQ. I don't think I'm standing here in front of you today without without being able to work for him, and he's such a great mentor, and I got a lot of respect for him. Obviously, a lot of respect for Coach McCarthy, but just, again, super proud of our guys. It's been too long to have that feeling, to go in the locker room and to see the just sheer joy. It's something that is going to stick with me for a long time, but we also know that it's going to be a short week, so I told the guys, hey, it's Wednesday, really, for them. And we got a really good Tennessee Titan team, one of the better teams in the league, coming in here on a short week. So those guys got to get their bodies back and their minds right to go out and battle, because I know, having been in Tennessee and knowing the type of program that Mike Vrabel runs there, it's going to be a physical game, and they are as tough as they come, and it'll be a great challenge for us, and one that I know that we got to get going on and try to get back and hit that reset button and get ready for.
Matt, what can this win do for the team? You talk about what you saw in the locker room. What can this win do for you guys?
You hope it propels you and gives you some confidence, because I do think it's tough anytime that you go through a stretch like that. It's hard to shut out the negativity, and that's I truly, I'm being honest when I say that I don't read anything, but I just know the world we live in, and for these guys, it's tough. There's a lot of negativity out there, and you just can't let that filter in and affect what you believe. And that's something that we talk about all the time, is you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the guys next to you. And just, again, super proud, but it is only one win. And again, short week, really tough opponent coming in here. But it is nice. It was nice to be back in Lambeau, to feel our fans, although there was a ton of Cowboy fans in the crowd. But it was nice to have the energy from our fans behind us, and we got to give them something to cheer about, and hopefully we did tonight, and they can come out and support us on Thursday night and make a difference.
Matt, how did Christian get to this point? I mean, he went through all the way, the knee injury, barely practiced in camp, drop week 1, the hamstring, the concussion. How did he get to this point after going through all that?
Yeah, Rob, it's been a kind of a roller coaster ride for him, and just to see him respond like that, I told the guys after the game, it's not just him, but this is kind of like a microcosm of how I feel about the team, just the resiliency that he showed and his ability to bounce back. It started off rough again, having 2 drops, and then to finish the game with 3 touchdowns. I mean, and the 1 catch, obviously, the first touchdown. It's not like, I know Aaron threw a beautiful pass, but that's one that, not to reflect on the past, but week 1, I mean, he was in the same situation on the right side, and to see him come down with it, I think was a pivotal moment, hopefully in his career, where that gives him the confidence. And I did tell him after the second drop on the 3rd down, I said, hey, we're coming back to you. We're coming back to you. And he responded, and just super proud of him. He is such a conscientious guy, very mature for a rookie. it means a lot to him. It does, and you can see it on a daily basis, the way he approaches his work. And it was just cool to see him bounce back in that moment.
What did happen in the last, in that last 2 minutes there? How much clock did you want to run? What went awry there?
I would say that indecision came into my mind probably way too much. And so they had 3 timeouts, and I knew we needed like 30 some odd yards to potentially get into field goal range. So we were calling these run pass cans, and if we got the look for the pass, we're going to call the pass. And ran it on first down, and then ran it on second down. Then with third down, it just they played it well and tried to take a shot play again, another run pass can, and it didn't work out, at least in that moment. But it did work out, obviously, for us to be able to come out on top. It's just, yeah, a lot of times when we get in those situations, we give Aaron a ton of freedom to kind of run the show. And I'd say typically he does such a great job with it. So, hindsight's 20/20, but that was on me totally.
Hey, Matt, so it's 14-14 at the half, and then Christian loses the ball on the deep ball. You guys have the punt. You get a 3 and out, and Amari fumbles. They score back-to-back touchdowns. Suddenly it's 28-14. Aaron was saying that if there's ever a point to quit on the season, that's probably it. What kind of feeling could you get from the sideline with everything else that's going on, and what did you find out about your team that's not where the season kind of came to an unofficial end?
Well, I knew there was a lot of time left, obviously, in the game, and for us, kind of going into the game from an offensive perspective, really as a team perspective, they're very, very good. Their D-line and their pass rush is unbelievable. So we felt like we had to stay with the run and try to mix in some of our shot plays in order to give us the best chance to win the game. And thankfully, we converted some critical third downs, and I got a lot of faith in our backs, and not that I don't in the other guys. It's just they are as advertised up front. I mean, that is as good as a front as probably as deep as a front as you're going to see in this league, and they can wreck a game in a hurry, which it almost was a critical play on that third down where we got sacked, and it was sack fumble, and I want to say Rudy Ford got the pick right after that, if I recall right. But that could have been that was an example of just what that front can do. So I thought it was in our best interest to kind of just stay with the plan, knowing that we're going to have to. It might take some time off the clock, but we're going to have to just capitalize on limited opportunities. And thankfully, we got a stop when we needed one, and we were able to go down and score. Then we got another stop, and that's when, in that 2-minute drive, if you want to call it that, it was more like a 4-minute mode than a 2-minute mode. But just for our defense to step up in overtime like the way they did, to hold on 3rd and 3 and 4th and 3. I thought that was just a great job by them.
With Christian going up to him after those drops, how much of that was necessity and knowing if not him, then who? And how much of it was behind the scenes and practice and meetings, giving you something tangible, believing if you kept patient with him, he was going to reward that?
Yeah, I think it was a little both, if I'm being honest about it. Christian, obviously, he's got elite size, elite speed, and I do think that he's going to continue to get better and better and better because I see him and how the way he works on a daily basis. So that gives us confidence in terms of just wanting to continue to go to him in some critical moments. And, again, I'm so happy for him individually, but obviously he made some big-time plays for us that put us in position to win the game.
What went into the decision of playing forward at safety and moving Savage to slot rather than the way you've been doing it at other times?
It's more or less like you go into every game with maybe a different plan. But Rudy's been doing some good things, and when given opportunities on defense, he's maximized those, and he plays with a lot of speed. You can feel his speed out there, and he's physical too. So, and then just to get Sav a little bit more involved, closer to the ball, and see if he can do something in that position. So that's just the route we chose to go this week.
How big were his interceptions today, the ones down the tide especially?
Yeah, I mean, the one when, that anytime you're taking points away from the opposition, that's big time. So obviously, both of those picks were critical in our ability to, keep the game close, I would say, and to go up on them. But, just great plays by him.
Hey, Matt, you talked about how impressed you were with the Dallas front, and you did a great job, I thought, of keeping the pass rush out of the game for the most part, even when you were down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Aaron finishes with 20 passing attempts in a 5-quarter game that you trailed 2 touchdowns. How were you able to maintain your discipline running the ball with them, and how much of it, given the control you give Aaron, was you with your play calling, and how much of it was Aaron honoring that from on?
Yeah, I think it was everything. It was great discipline by Aaron going out there and being able to execute at a high level. I think when he finished with 70% completions. But we knew that our best chance going into this game was to do it on the ground and take our shots when we had opportunities. And we felt like, and I think as the game went on, even by continuing to stay with the run, it was going to open up some opportunities in the pass game. And shoot, even the last, in overtime, when we have third and 2 or third and a long one, if you will, that play that was him basically audibling that run solution to what we got to. But that was set up because we were consistently running the football, even in some third down situations. But that was just, we were just talking about it. Just the execution of a simplistic play was at its highest form in that moment.
When you've lost 5 in a row, is it, and you come off also Detroit, you lose some key guys, is it hard to keep the energy up, the enthusiasm, the belief? Is it hard? And if it is, what do you do, or what do the leaders do to keep that belief going? Or am I just totally wrong on that?
No, you're totally right, Bill.
Okay.
Totally right. It is hard because, we put a lot into this game. Not only coaches, players, support staff, trainers, strength coaches, everybody, our scouting department. Your work's on display every week, and there's a lot of hours and a lot of things that are done that nobody sees. And it was I know for myself, it was hard not to get emotional after that game. Just where we've been, that's a long stretch, and it felt like forever ago since we've won a game. And just to see the joy when we walked in that locker room was it was pretty special because it was genuine. And these guys, I'm just, again, so proud of just their ability to continue to believe in themselves and one another. And because, everybody is been very critical, rightfully so. That's the sport that in the world we live in. So, but I think in terms of, I know if I don't bring energy and stay positive on a daily basis, how can you expect that out of anybody else? So I think that's part of your job. And, the guys know when it's real and when it's not. But I think that I do truly believe in the men in that locker room. I do. And I told him that last night. I said, but, yeah, just, again, super proud of that group.
Matt, is Keyshawn Nixon your new punt returner?
I think we gotta go through and kind of evaluate the situation, and, it sucks for Amari. I feel for him, obviously, because he's a guy that works his butt off on a daily basis, and I know he wants to go out there and excel, and, that was a tough break. Obviously, it was a critical turnover that we can't have. That's something we talk about all the time. Obviously, the ball is everything. And when you have it in your hands, you hold it for everybody in this organization. And we can't put it on the ground, especially when we're in a situation, in a tight ball game. Going to get the ball at midfield. Thought he had a decent return, and, we coughed it up. We can't do that.
What's the argument for keeping Amari as punt returner? I get that he works hard, he's a good kid, but obviously the struggles he's had, we've all seen them. So what is the argument in keeping him there at this point?
I think any time that you put somebody back there, first and foremost, you got to have somebody you trust is going to consistently catch the football. I think he's shown that, although I know he's put a couple on the ground, and that does happen. But there is a trust that he's going to make the catch, going to make the right decision. But again, we'll evaluate everything and see how we move forward.
Matt, what do you think about Christian's backflip celebration? I understand it's fun, but with the state of the training room?
As long as he doesn't get hurt, I'm cool with it. I'll tell you what, he did that 2 weeks ago at practice, and I was like, it shocked us all, because we hadn't really seen that from him, just that side of his personality first and foremost. So I knew there was a chance that if he was going to get into the end zone, that was coming. So it didn't surprise me, but it sure is impressive, I would say.
Hey Matt, speaking of not seeing things from people's personalities, you said it was hard for you not to get emotional after the game. We don't get to see that from you very often. What did that look like, and what did it feel like for you? Because you have been standing up there talking about a lot of negative things in the last 5 weeks from us.
Yeah, it was more when I went into my own locker. I had to kind of gather myself quickly, and then talking in front of the team. I care about these guys, and we put a lot into this, and it is tough at times. And I apologize, but it means a lot to us. And to be down and to fight and continue to fight, that's what you want to see. I don't mean to make this awkward. I apologize.
It's not awkward at all. I love that kind of stuff. What's the most important thing that you do between now and Thursday to make sure that this is a building block and it doesn't just feel like a one-off?
Yeah, I think that you got to get right back to work. And I told the guys you can enjoy it tonight, but in our world, again, it is Wednesday. So we gotta flip the script quickly, because we got a damn good football team coming in here, one of the best teams in this league, and I know just how they're coached and just the mindset of Mike Vrabel, and got a lot of respect for him. Obviously learned a lot from him, and just how to operate a team and the standard that he holds those guys to, and the physicality that I know that they're going to bring in here. And so our guys are going to have to match that, because this is a really good football team that's coming in here.
Two more, please.
Did you hold it together in the locker room?
I tried to, yeah.
Tried. Is that all?
Yeah.